All right. Good morning, everyone. And once again, I'm doing a little bit of a different video today. There was a request that I saw online regarding some of the Tunisian SMGs. One in particular, the OVP, but I decided that if I'm going to bring out that submachine gun, it's probably best to kind of go over the submachine guns available to the soldiers, the Axis soldiers on the Tunisia campaign. So that's what I'm going to do. And starting it off and rounding it all up, this is your entry level submachine gun. So your first assaulter squad that you get, this is the MP28. Know it, love it. I know it's an entry level submachine gun, but that doesn't mean that it's not effective. And I've always said before that, a gun isn't just, you know, leveling up to get to the next one or what have you. It's also got to be something you're comfortable with using. So this one here I like because if you see its sight picture here, that's beautiful. The focus is perfect, gets your eyes pinned right on the aiming marker, and you're good to go. But, being an entry-level submachine gun, this one is one of the lower capacities. It's just like the M38 in Moscow. It only has 20 rounds, but it's 20 rounds that I think are fairly controllable. In a close quarter situation, though, in Tunisia up against the Sten, it's no contest. Chances are, unless you get the first shot off, the Sten is probably going to win the fight. For sustainable fire, it does have a fair amount of vertical recoil. Um, is it controllable? It's debatable. I can control it to a degree, but it is, it's one of those guns that, if you love it, use it, absolutely, if you're comfortable with it, but there are better options. So let's just flip through my soldiers here. This is the gun in question. So this is the Italian OVP. I don't particularly enjoy this submachine gun. It does have a nice high rate of fire, which is a change from the rest of the submachine guns that are available in the Tunisian campaign. You'll find when I get to them that they have a slower rate of fire, are a lot more controllable. But sometimes you need a gun that's a door crasher, and this can be one of those. But the biggest point of contention I have with this gun is I'm just going to go get another target here, is the sight picture. Now, your ability to acquire a target, aim at the target, shoot at the target, it has to be quick. It has to be a snapshot, especially if you're using a submachine gunner. And this is what you get for a sight picture. That little tiny box on the left-hand side with that massive magazine sticking up. There's another gun, the Beretta on Normandy, and I think actually you can get a Moscow Premium Scod with it too, that has a sight picture similar to this with the magazine on top. Like in a snapshot engagement inside of a building, that is going to be a bit of a challenge. At least it is for me. Some people might be able to use this gun very effectively. It's when I got it and I unlocked it, I actually ended up keeping the previous submachine gun that I unlocked because I couldn't do it. Like I tried, and I had a couple of videos that I made while I was streaming in Tunisia, basically stating just that. I had a couple of troopers with it, and after using it a few times, next round, I put it away. I put it away and re-equipped the soldiers with their previously unlocked, I think it was MP40. But if you can get comfortable with it, like I said, it is advantageous in that it has a very high cyclic rate of fire. So you will unload all 25 bullets in a hurry, but it is going to jump everywhere. You can try and control it. And for the most part, in a close range engagement, you're going to get those rounds on target pretty quick. But anything beyond, a certain distance, I'm trying to hold it steady with my controls, and it's not happening. So you gain the advantage of having a gun that is high rate of fire for those snapshot engagements, but anything else beyond that, it's not worth it in my personal opinion. Now, the real dream, this is the Beretta M3842. It is almost identical to the previously unlocked Beretta M1. I don't have a squad member right now in this group that has the M1 for one reason. They're basically carbon copies. They differentiate in this one, which is the last unlock that you get. It has a slightly faster reload. And when I say slightly faster, it's almost non-existent. 0.2 seconds. I don't think that's really going to make a difference in this game. As well, it also has a little bit more on the horizontal recoil and a little bit less on the vertical, I believe. So, but what makes this submachine gun nice, especially once you unlock it, is just like the M1, it's got a slower rate of fire, but it is nice and controllable. And there are long engagement distances in Tunisia, so having a submachine gun where you can put, fairly controllable sustained rate of fire downrange is absolutely essential. Yes, you're going to have door crashing scenarios, and yes, there are going to be guns that'll win out that the Allies have, the Tommy gun, the Stead, and any gun that's got a higher rate of fire going into a building is probably going to win out unless you get the first shot or you just happen to catch them by surprise. But when it comes to long range engagements down corridors, etc., I personally find that the Italian submachine guns are well suited for that, especially with a 40 round magazine. Now, one of the other ones, which if you're new to this game and you haven't unlocked it yet in other campaigns or haven't used it yet in other campaigns, is your tried and true MP40. And much the same applies. It has a 32 round magazine, so less than the Italian submachine guns. But, it is not as controllable either at range, but it is still a really good unlock, and I'm going to say much, much better than the OVP. The OVP, is a one-trick pony as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you can rush in and, pray and spray if you want to. Which, if that's your play style and you're suited to doing that, go for it. And maybe equip a full squad with it and have them do that. But you're going to find that one of these days you're going to get stuck down a corridor being pinned down by another team's submachine gun fire or what have you, and it's just not going to cut it. It's just going to jump across the world. Yeah, see? So that's the thing. Like, everyone wants to take shooting as like a static engagement. It's not. You're not going to get that perfect. I'm going to sit prone, aim down sights, line up my shot, and take them out. At that point in time, even a trooper with a bolt action's got you dead to rights. So the way I tend to judge guns is more based on how they actually perform in combat, where you are running and gunning. So in that particular case, I feel like the OVP does not fit the bill for the Axis troopers in Tunisia. Preferably, I wish they would bring in the Beretta, I think it's 1918, Beretta 1918. Much, much nicer submachine gun. It has a very high rate of fire. It still uses the same type of sight picture. The sight picture, I believe, is on the right-hand side of the gun instead of the left. But I find it's easier to aim with, personally speaking. And using it, actually, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll show you guys what I mean. Because I think we can preview it. Or actually, I can go equip a squad with it. I can talk all I want, but it's probably better just to show you. And good morning, Tony. I am going to be killing this stream, Tony, just in case you wonder if it drops, because I'm doing a weapon review right now, real quick, and then I'm going to do a couple of rounds in Berlin. So, we're going to flip to my Normandy squad here for a sec. And unequip one of my favorite guns. Yeah, it's 1918. I thought so. I wasn't 100% sure. So, let's go get this beautiful Italian submachine gun in for a second. This is a gun I honest to God think they should have added in the Tunisia campaign. I don't know why they didn't. You got the Beretta M3842, which I don't think any variation of that saw service in the in that conflict. But this one, it fits the timeline. So here, now you see that sight picture there? I find it's nicer because it spaces it out further away from the gun. So it's a little bit easier for you to focus on. And, that's a beautiful thing. Yes, again, it's pray and spray. It's actually a little bit higher rate of fire. But it's a gun I'm much more, comfortable with because I'm comfortable with the sight picture on it. And that makes a huge difference. So, in a moving engagement, I'm going to be more combat effective with this than that OVP. So, anyways, that's my little mini review on the submachine guns of Tunisia, and one that I think they really should add into it. And, you know, for all I know, when the season pass ends, we might get a premium squad with them, which I think would be really cool because there's only one real premium squad of troopers available for the Italian campaign right now. So I can't imagine them leaving it that way for long. They've got to add more. So, anyways, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, absolutely hit me up on Twitch. I have a suggestion box on my About page, and you can leave me any thoughts or anything else you'd like to see. Until next time, though, I'll see you on the